Good afternoon, everyone. Good night. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. I'd like to thank you guys for coming, guys and ladies, for joining us today on this lovely Friday. What's good, Mike and Danny? You guys are there? Danny?
What's up, man?
Yep.
Mike?
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody?
Hello, everyone.
How was
Everyone had
how
a
was
good
every-
weekend?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Good week, you mean?
Did you say weekend?
Yeah.
Hey, COVID shot, everyone. COVID
Okay,
shot.
all right.
Here we
COVID
go.
shot.
Listen.
Here we go.
COVID shot.
Oh, here we go.
COVID
Okay,
shot.
so
Here we
listen,
go.
Full
COVID shot.
disclosure, because we're already starting off on a weird note. Brad is a little loopy from getting his second COVID shot. Everybody,
It's legit.
I'm pretty sure instead of welcome, he said walk on to the show, which is also a little weird. But that's
Thanks,
How long ago did you get that shot, Brad?
exactly.
15 minutes ago.
There you go. Like what?
It's fresh. It's fresh in the arm. Fresh in the arm.
Exactly. That tracking chip, dude.
Yeah.
How's everyone in the stream? Give us a hello if you're there. Got a couple in. Oh, we have someone, Mike, that said they tried to buy the Venom last week and he wouldn't let them. So we have to make sure we fix that.
Oh
in a hurry.
no, I don't like to hear that at all. All right, I will personally help you sort that out because I like money. Just saying.
What he meant to say is that he loved creating quality content that you can learn from and enjoy.
That is correct. Brad is my handler. That's why
For
Brad's
money.
here. For money. I like to paint stuff and draw stuff for money.
Oh, Kaiju says he got his second shot, and it has him tripping. So we're together. We're together.
Oh boy! All right, I think that's going to be my default excuse even far after I get my shot. I'm just going to use that one.
So we're gonna start tonight with Mike and Danny just telling you where they are right now in each of their pieces, and we're gonna pose a question to the group. So where are you at, Mike?
I am not super far from where I was at the end of the last show. So I kind of have a pose that I'm all right with. I like his legs and I like his upper body. I don't love his arms. So I think I'm going to figure out something a little different for those. And then I have render envy of Danny. He's got his guy in Marmoset, and full disclosure, it's looking very dope. So I want to try to get mine in there as well. So that's where I am right now.
Awesome. All right, Danny. Danny, we can't see your face right now.
Oh.
But we are looking at your substance.
I am sorry about that. That's me. Well, I'll fix that after. Where I'm at right now, I'm painting some textures for my guy. This week I did a bunch of little sort of hodgepodge. Work's been really busy, had some life stuff, but this is where some of the texture work is for the costume right now and substance. Tonight when we do sort of breakdowns, I'll talk about a couple of the things I'm doing in here in case anybody is like new to substance. And then I brought the T-pose mesh into Marmoset, and this is sort of the current setup right now. So this is with draft quality. If we do like a full viewport render, it'll take a second and we'll see it. But I tried to get all the material definitions and sort of the basic UVs laid out. So here's what the full render looks like right now. So that I can just update the pose. So I am in pose envy of Mike. And what I tried to do was, since Mike's pose basically has the right leg up and he's facing sort of screen left, to maybe experiment with taking my guy and putting his left leg up and pose him facing screen right. So one day when we finish these damn things, we can put them side by side and just have like a nice hey, this is the end of our first thing. So yeah,
and also have them on our desks.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm never printing this thing. Forget it.
I will print both of them for us.
Sweet. I love you. That's you guys heard it. Yes,
There you
sir.
go.
Mark Page says that's tight, Danny.
Mark Page is a guy that used to beat me up and take my lunch money.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
yeah. So everybody,
Now I'm scared.
boo Mark Page in the comments because he's a bully. What's up, Distract?
Bear says dope scopes, Jets.
Bear is the guy I used to beat up after Mark beat me up.
Oh, so it just trickled down. We all know it rolls downhill.
Yeah, trickle down.
Yeah.
So, but so tonight's the goal. The team, they're gonna go and ideally be able to have something nice and render so you guys could take a look at, and it'll go on our Instagram and on our pages so you guys can like and follow us. But we want to pose a get your thoughts of what the team should do next. We're thinking about doing something in video game genre, and just want to get your thoughts on what in video games should the team do, what type of character, what type of genre. So give us some feedback and give us your thoughts on some ideas, because we're sitting here thinking about there's so much to do, and why not go to a big think tank in our community to give us some feedback. So
Yes.
if you hear me broadcast that all night, is I'm collecting everyone's thoughts, and we will take it as a team, and next week we'll have a whole new project.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to do a little reimagining of your favorite characters. So a little different take on, whoever it is you guys want to see.
Yeah. Yep.
Now I want to hear about those lunch money days of someone taking your lunch money, Danny.
Oh, it was simple. I walked up to Mark Page on the playground and I was like, "Hey, man, you want to be my friend?" He kicked me right in the chest, and I fell back in the dirt and I cried a little bit. And then he was like, "You all right?" And I was like, "Not really." And he laughed. And
Been best friends
that
ever
was it.
since.
Nah, not even like that. Just continued like that all the way through my mid-30s, and then somewhere along the line I met Bear and just decided he looked like a victim, so I decided I would choke him out. So
Awesome.
hurt people.
That's how that tiger got his stripes. All right, cool. How was you guys' weekend? Week. I'm sorry. Week. It's the weekend. Why are you shaking your head?
Okay. All right.
That's not how it went. That's not how it went.
Yeah, man. My week was pretty good. I can't complain. I mean, I could, but nobody wants to hear none of that.
Yeah. They come here to escape their week.
Exactly.
Yeah, I started recently on a new project at work and was a little bit nervous about it because you're meeting a new team for the first time, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully everybody has been really, really like super cool. So
Nice.
I've really been enjoying work.
What are can I ask you some questions on that?
Sure, I'll answer what I can.
So when you're like meeting when you're coming off of one creative project and you're going to a completely different team, what is your mindset of like how you're going to address that team? Like what's going through your mind? Like new people you haven't met. Do you get like a brief of what the project's going to be, or is the first meeting a meet and greet and then you guys chop it up?
Yeah, it's pretty much how it is. They have an idea of what they want you to tackle first, and then you. For me, it's important to find out because like the role I have now, you can wear a lot of different little hats, right? So I try to find out from them what they want, right? Like that's the most important thing to me at that point. Like, what do you need from me? And then just hope they like your first couple of passes at stuff, because if you make a good first impression, it's always great, and if you make a bad first impression, it's usually not too great. So yeah,
because it's amazing because like at any moment, like you're going from like you could spend a week or two on one style and then immediately have to shift it up to another style, another project like that. That's crazy.
I like that personally.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's dope. I had an announcement in the NFT thing, a new announcement this week. got a deal going on with a company called Flow. I don't think I talked about this last week. Did I talk about that last week? Or did I just tell you guys? I can't remember.
You brought up your partnership with Flo.
I did? Okay. All right. Then nothing happened to me this week.
It's all right. Go for it.
No, it's
Move
all right.
on.
We have new people. They want to now. You have to tell them about Flo now. You can't just drop the Flo.
Yeah.
Bear and Mark either weren't here or weren't listening. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
Now they want to know what Flo is.
Yeah.
So that's a blockchain for. I mean, I'm learning all these terms myself, right? But with NFT sales, Flow is one of the bigger ones. They're pretty massive, and I have a partnership with them where I'm coming out with these hip hop cards, right? So like Danny knows, back in the day, I used to be an illustrator I still illustrate, but I used to do a whole lot of hip hop art, a lot of artists and things like that. And so I put together a set of these digital cards, right? They come in different packs, and Flow is where it's going to be available on the Epic's store. So that's it. Very anticlimactic ending to my story. It
goes with your greeting this earlier. You love money, you know.
I
just
also
way to get it to flow to you.
I'm sensing the theme.
I also love money.
So for those who just joined us, we have a question for our community. The team would like to work on reimagining a video game property, and we just need some ideas, and I'm going to be collecting them throughout the night. So shoot some stuff over to us. We can talk. You could be a part of the conversation now. Give us some ideas, and we can talk about it. This week today actually is the last of our 80's cartoons, which was a great run, our first project. The team's going to create some cool renders, and then you'll be able to follow and like them on our Instagram and YouTube.
So Danny, I think
got some ideas. Awesome.
Oh, okay. Breath of Fire.
Breath of Fire. I don't know about that. We got to look that up.
I'm not familiar with that either. Is that like a RBG? Jeez. Okay, I didn't have a shot today.
RPG.
RPG. Yeah. You know what the kids play these days with the controllers and the things.
We got some really good ideas coming through. So I gotta figure out this Breath of Fire.
I know what I already know what I'm gonna do.
Year.
You know already?
Year.
Well, that's not cool, dude. How do you
already? No, I know already. I'm gonna do the paddle from Pong.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice. Okay.
Breath of Fire was a game done by Capcom. In 1993, it was released. Okay. All right. And it was on the NES, PlayStation, and Game Boy Advance.
Nice.
Oh, we have another one. Chrono Trigger. I think that's a fighter. Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger's an RPG, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, now that you discovered the word, now you want to use it for everything?
Shut up. Everything's an RPG. Tomb Raider's an RPG. Did you know that?
It's an RPG. No, it's not.
I'm just messing with you. Oh, Chrono Trigger I know because it's a SquareSoft game, I believe.
Tekken, a Tekken character.
Oh, Tekken.
Ooh, that's
Tekken's one of my old favorites, man.
Metroid, it's another one.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen so many. There's a really good Samus right now in 10,000 Hours.
I saw that.
You guys seen that one?
Yeah,
it's really good. It's coming out really nice.
Yeah.
I've seen so many good Samuses over the years.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch that one.
I want to do something that is like not done so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're helping them. So we would like to see something that you guys haven't seen on ArtStation the last year.
Yeah.
MJ's Ghost is. Did you guys see the He-Man images drop this week for the show? For the new show?
Yes, I did.
No, I
didn't. The He-Man show?
The Kevin Smith show, yeah.
When's that coming out? Is that going to be anytime soon, or is that next year?
I don't know.
Because I am excited about that. Did we talk about that? I thought we talked about that.
I thought so.
Yeah. That was
Obviously,
pre-COVID vaccination, Brad, that we had that conversation.
Yeah, and I have a new mind right now, so anything before till it wears off, I can't rely on that. Oh, Danny, let me know if you remember this one. Def Jam Vendetta.
I do remember Def Jam Vendetta.
Oh, that's a
There we
deep
go.
cut.
There
I
we go.
do remember that one.
You
That's a
guys
good
are
one.
coming in clutch. You guys are coming
That's
in
a
clutch.
good one.
Who said that game?
Yeah, whoever that is.
Was Kaiju.
Shout out to you.
Kaiju said that.
Wow, that is a deep cut. I was so excited about that game, and it was not very good. But I played it.
That's a perfect candidate for reimagining.
That was a good game.
I'm taking note of all these, so everyone's work is not going to waste. Let's see. Let me go through this.
Now, why was that not turned into a next gen game? That would have been nice, man.
Nas told you why. Pop is dead.
Well, it wouldn't be like politically correct because all the young rappers are killing each other. So,
Yikes, man! What the hell, dude?
That guy.
it's true though.
It's
true. That was too deep. You got to be alive to be in the game. That was deep.
Okay. All right.
Well, not really. It's a game.
I was drinking water.
It is a game.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did you get Pfizer or Moderna?
I got Moderna.
Everybody get the other one.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
We got. I think Metal Gear's like too recently.
I'm just gonna
Punch Out.
That's a good one. I'm just gonna do the
Punch Out.
exclamation point. The ring.
MJ said Tetris.
There you go. I saw a meme where someone was like, "What's your favorite video game character?" and someone was like, "That long, skinny piece of Tetris."
Oh, okay. I know what I want to ask. So listen, if anybody out there knows, I've been trying to export this guy's FBX to take it into Toolbag, and for whatever reason, it saves as like an 8K file and immediately says it's done using the FBX exporter. So if anybody knows what's going on here, if I hit export and I save this as, let's say, test 2, hit save. It says it's done already. It's like 8K that exported out of a 11 million polygon.
Just for giggles, try and export it to a different spot, to a different place.
Okay.
Like just remove all doubt from like all the different possible ways.
Okay.
I don't think you can remove all his doubt, but you might have maybe.
I've got a lot of doubt, dude. I got like crazy doubt. Just letting you know that. Let's see. I'll do it to my desktop. How about that?
If you're doubting that I can remove your doubt, I think you won.
Beast Wars.
Transformers? Transformers?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's just leave it right leg and see what happens. Save.
Ooh.
Done. Look at that. Same deal.
Blur Gaming said, "What's up, fellas?
What is up?" This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to save and quit and restart. How about that?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll work.
Yeah.
Save as.
Contra is another idea.
Mm.
So, Danny, what are you doing in Substance?
I am painting some fake height maps because I'm too lazy to sculpt all this stuff. There's
Lazy or efficient?
Lazy. Well, efficient because I'm finding the design. It'll never look as good as if you sculpt it, but
yeah,
you can get relatively close and you can experiment with the design like this. And if you want, you could even on a project I was on previously, what I would do is design the thing like this, like a sort of ornamentation,
mm-hmm.
and then export a black and white texture and use that in ZBrush for the beginning of the sculpt. So
Awesome.
since it was the same UVs, so yeah. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out some kind of ornate snake dragon thing.
Oh, it's looking really good.
Thanks, man.
So I see Distract saying try Decimation Master. The only thing is, I mean, I could do that. I'd have to go through and decimate everything. I really kind of just didn't want to. I want to continue to work on this as I'm like bouncing back and forth. So I don't want to mess up the mesh really.
Yeah. Also, it'll get rid of your because you want the poly paint, right?
Yeah, I want to keep that.
Yeah.
Load tool.
For those people that don't know, if you are a fan of really good hip hop, give this track a listen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This track, you gotta like send me your stuff, man. If you want, we can have you on the stream. Have you
send you the stuff like just. Oh, you mean to have on the stream? Okay. I was gonna say just go look him up, just listen to it.
No, for his music, I would like his permission. You know.
Well, I thought you just meant for your listening pleasure.
Nah. I want to.
Big wig A&R executive with a big cigar in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I know people.
You can go far with me, kid.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
yeah, see.
You heard of the 360 deal? Well, I got this new one.
Yikes!
I got this new one.
Yikes!
Hey MJ, we have to use Restream for that. If we get to 500 subscribers, maybe that might be an investment that we can do. You know, we got to pay the bills. We need to get our likes up. We need to get our follows up. Share us. You know, so we can get that Discord going.
Export.
Kaiju said, could you copy your UVs with UV plugin, then paste afterwards?
Yeah, it's all just poly paint right now, right? Like there's no, you haven't laid out UVs or anything.
No, yeah, I made UVs.
Maricat says, hey guys.
Hello.
Hey, Maricat.
Hey.
Hello. Desktop. Test.
I know MJ. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Now, all you got to do is send the link to everyone in your workplace that's creators and just tell them to like and follow us. Okay, you haven't done enough yet. Get to work.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's weird, man. It's not working.
I don't like COVID Bradley. COVID Bradley is mean.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Just so you guys know, not too long ago, Danny made me feel like Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy. If you guys don't know, they'll follow them. Danny was definitely DJ Envy.
I was here for it.
100%.
Let me explain something. I was here for it, and I was uncomfortable. I'm just gonna say that and leave it.
I'm sorry.
So he's Angela.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I am sorry, Bradley. We got into a little spat earlier.
No,
but
it was
passion
weird.
runs deep. Passion runs deep.
I thought it was a thing where we had Minch Kite, but maybe maybe I was wrong.
Who's that?
Oh, Bear says Super Mario Brothers for. And if you're just joining the stream, we're taking some thoughts on our next project. We wanted to reimagine a game property, so I'm collecting everyone's thoughts and ideas, and we're gonna bring it to you guys on our next project. So hit us up, give us some ideas. We got some really cool stuff written down. So what was your favorite top 3 games as a kid? Or top 1. Let's pick your top 1 as a kid. Danny.
That's a toughie. All right, Shinobi.
And then we're going to go as an adult.
So as a kid, Shinobi was one of my big ones.
Ooh, that was a hard one.
I loved that game when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
As a kid, You know that metal hoop that you use a stick
Lord.
and you would like push it down the
Here
street?
we go.
Here
That
we
was
go.
that was mine. I like that one. That was fresh. No, I don't know. Favorite game for me back in the day, man. Anything on Sega Genesis. So like Altered Beast, I was big into.
See, this is why I with you.
What
Oh
happened?
my god, this is yo. You get out of my head. Everybody else had Nintendo. I was like, I don't want to be like everybody else. I got this Sega Genesis.
I was on that Genesis. I was all
Yep.
about that Genesis, man.
Now, truth be told, Altered Beast is where I was thinking of going for next week.
Oh,
That was already as soon as we said that, I was like, and then you just said it, and I'm like, no, I can't do it.
This is why Danny and I are simpatico on this whole stream thing, man. Like we're constantly on the same page for stuff. It's weird how twisted his foot looks.
I get the audience and get their thoughts. So mine was Sonic, but only after putting in the code to turn Sonic gold.
Oh, I don't even know about that.
I didn't know.
What on Sega? Oh, that you didn't play Sonic enough. Gold Sonic was amazing.
Wait, which Sonic are we talking about? What number?
Sonic 1, you're able to put A, B, B, like I'm pretty sure someone knows in the chat, but you're able to put in those codes and be able to turn Sonic gold and just be invincible in the world.
On which platform? I mean, on Genesis, right? Yeah,
Sega
okay.
Genesis, yep.
That's weird. I didn't know you did that.
Sega.
So I used
Tron, to get. Was someone's favorite? We got Majora's Mask from Blur Gaming Network. MJ said Duck Hunt. Awesome, MJ.
Duck Hunt.
Oh man, I'm all
we
over
just
that
got
dog,
demonetized
dude.
right there.
That
Nintendo
stupid
got us.
dog laughing at me.
Yeah.
MJ said Lion King on Sega Genesis.
Oh
I'm not
boy.
judging you. Not judging. Awesome. Okay, as an adult, Danny, what's your favorite? What's your favorite game thus far as an adult?
I'll say it's a tie.
Okay.
God of War. Not because of like big muscle dude running around swinging an axe, but because of the story.
Which one? The latest one?
The latest.
Yeah.
The latest.
Okay, yeah,
That's the only one I played all the way through.
Okay.
It's tied between that and Don't Judge Me, BioShock Infinite.
That was a dope game.
I love BioShock Infinite.
So I like the
I'm scared.
original BioShock better than Infinite myself.
Yeah.
With the big little sisters, and that was dope.
Good catch. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, go ahead, Bradley. What's yours? You say.
God of War ruined my relationship with my son because I kept calling him boy.
Boy.
Boy, come here. He's like Malik, Dad. Malik.
Nice.
So my favorite thus far has been Horizon Zero Dawn and Last of Us. The first one.
Last of Us was a great game. That was a great game. Did you play the second one? Because I haven't yet.
No, not yet.
Okay. For me, I am shocked by the game that I probably put more hours in than I really expected to. Okay. And that was Skyrim. I spent a lot of hours on Skyrim, and that's not my normal. That's not my normal game. But I was like, all right, there's so much hype for this game. Let me get it and try it. And I ended up playing a lot of it. But as an adult, probably God of War was dope. I didn't finish. That's the one game I didn't finish, the most recent one. But Spider-Man is
Spider-Man was really good.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones in there. Panzer Dragon, yep, Tetris, of course. The Arkham games, MJ said, yeah, those are.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Those are dope.
Yeah,
oh, man, you know what I forgot about? Half-Life and Portal.
Half-Life. I'm so... I guess we're just never going to get it, but I so want to play an updated Half-Life, man.
Yeah.
That's not in VR. Like, I just couldn't get into the Alex thing. I don't have VR.
Well, that would make it tough.
Yeah, that would make it tough.
They
Lord
had a
Gaming
mod that
Acquire-
lets you.
I'm
What?
sorry, we had a comment.
What?
Blur Games, do you play Skyrim on your Alexa? Did you know you could do that? Did not know we could do that. That's for real.
On your Alexa? Is that
Gotta
what you said?
Google that. Yeah, gotta Google that.
I definitely don't want Alexa telling me I'm trash
Yeah.
Yeah,
as I'm playing a game.
1000%.
You thought that was a good move? Ha ha ha. ha. Nah, be like it. Speaking of which, New Love, Death, and Robots out today.
Oh,
shit.
what?
Yeah,
All right.
out today.
All right. I will be watching that this weekend. I got stuff to work on, but I'll be watching that.
Nope, it's not a game. You can actually do that. You can actually play Skyrim.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know that I would want to do that.
It's not a game, it's a game.
It's in the game.
You
What's
know, I
that
have
one?
not started watching Bad
Yeah.
Batch. MJ said new Bad Batch is out today too.
Yeah, I watched the first episode last week, and I liked it.
Shout out to my friend Christian Piccolo. He's working on
On Bad Batch? Oh, cool.
He's got the most extensive Star Wars collectible collection I've ever seen. The entire basement of his house, which is the footprint of his whole house, is a beautifully cataloged sort of by film and year and all that. He's got stuff going all the way back to the original Star Wars, like toys and stuff, and collectibles going all the way back to the original Star Wars.
Nice.
So yeah, really, really cool.
So I know everybody has a Star Wars collectible story to tell, and mine is a sad one, a particularly sad one. But when I was younger, my parents would like buy me all this, these really great stuff. I had like the Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing, and there's all the Kenner toys, right? So all the really great stuff. Boba Fett, not the one that's expensive or really like the one that's worth money, but I still loved it. And I had them all inside of a Darth Vader collector's head case. It was like you open it
Yeah,
up.
Mike.
It's like a suitcase.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Bradley, can you go look in the private chat, please?
What's up?
What does it say in the private chat, Bradley?
If he says the damn,
I'm telling you, because I know
Okay.
where the story's going. Go.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
you guys, stop being the same people. Separate.
All right.
It
listen,
sucks.
Separate.
Listen.
It sucks.
All right. Okay.
Separate rooms, everyone. Separate rooms.
So I had the case. It even had like a little door that opened up that you could put all the little guns and stuff inside. It was dope. But I kept everything pristine. And my dad was in the military, right? He was a colonel, so we'd fly back and forth to Germany and stuff like that. I made the mistake as a kid of packing up all my Star Wars stuff, putting it in a box, and I put a big Sharpie. I was so proud of myself. Big Sharpie on the top. Star Wars toys on the box. And then we moved, and guess what? There was one box missing from the move where we had the moving guys come in. They straight up gaffled me for all my Star Wars stuff, which now would have been worth a small fortune. I'm sure of it. So that bummed me out.
Don't
That's
worry.
my stuff.
Christian Piccolo's got it all in his basement. Don't worry about it.
I wonder if he was moving back then.
So there's a kid. I'll try not to make this too long-winded. That I went to school with, and we became enemies in like
You got a
third,
lot
fourth
of
grade.
enemies as for as
Dude, that's what I'm trying to
childhood.
say, man.
Oh
It's
man,
like
no,
all
listen, I just don't like people. I just don't like people. No, me and this guy, we fought like all the time. We missed school trips, all kinds of stuff, right? And it started with that Vader head. It started with he brought one to school and I brought one to school, and I didn't realize that he had one too. And I just looked over and saw that he had, like there was like a little time where you could play like after lunch or whatever, and he just had like it open, and I saw him reach in and grab like the Luke with the orange jumpsuit,
Yeah.
and I
Yours?
thought it was mine.
Oh,
So I just
no.
ran over and was like, "What are you doing?" And I slammed it down on his fingers.
Oh no.
And then he just got up and we just started fighting, and we just fought all the time. all the time after that. Fast forward to we're adults, right? One day I'm talking to my wife, and we were watching a movie, and I was like, "Oh, that reminds me of this kid I grew up with," and I said his full name, and she was like, "Wait, what?" That was my brother-in-law's first like ambulance partner. So we ended up as adults becoming friends through my brother-in-law after all those years of fighting. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like we got to fix this memory that Danny has of you.
Small world.
Small world. That's crazy. Nation's with us. He said this season of Love, Death, and Robots is only 8 episodes instead of 18 like the first.
Yes.
I hope they're longer. Are they longer?
Hey, listen, I'll take what I can get.
I will too, but man, I was really looking forward to season 2 on that. I'll blow through that in a day, dude.
Yeah. I still watched the first one.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're not doing that.
So yeah, let's not do that.
I'm not doing that. Brad's proud of himself.
Yeah.
COVID.
Danny's gonna make me cool.
No. Put my
No?
name in there. No.
You can't make me cool.
Vaccination high.
I definitely can't make you cool.
No.
It would have happened already.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's not.
Nation say he bought the original Black Series Boba Fett from 7 years ago.
Nice. Yeah, I like the way the new ones look. The Black Series are nice.
All right, I'm going to say something that's going to be very polarizing for the audience. I am definitely, and probably always will be, more Star Trek.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were
You're
going
my
to say
head.
that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm a Trekkie.
Okay, so this is the one thing that we will never agree on.
I mean, you don't have to be cool about everything.
Hey, listen, it's good. It's good that this happened at some point early in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we made it like 30 or so episodes deep, and then you drop something like that on me, I don't know. That might be a.
I mean, I'm just
problem.
saying.
It's just better.
It is.
Like all that technology, and they can't like beam each other up to the ships. Like it just seemed like I don't get it. Why you have to physically walk off your spaceship all the time?
I'll just say one thing. The guy that invented the warp drive was a ridiculous drunk dude with a silly cap, and I'll leave it at that.
But at least he didn't have any metachlorians in the system. Yeah.
Nation said we're fired. He'll be Mike's new streaming partner.
Thank you. There you go.
There you go.
Hey, just so you know, we just make it look easy. All right, it's a lot of work. All right, if you're volunteering for a lot of work.
I hear the unsubscribes as you speak.
Yeah,
All that craziness.
Ram, you're agreeing to which one? Which one are you agreeing to? Nation, or are you agreeing with Danny and I?
He's agreeing with us.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
No, Danny don't know. He's just talking.
Dan.
Don't crash substance.
Like Danny, they get their food like the old way. They don't just go to the configurator and just ask for a cup of coffee or something like that.
Replicator.
Your replicator, like, come on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Hold up. I'm calling shenanigans on you, dude.
What?
How are you gonna say you're a Star Trek fan and you don't know it's a replicator, Bradley? What did you call it? A configurator? What the hell is going on right now?
I have a lot of things in my head right now.
Oh no.
Mostly a 5G microchip.
Exactly.
I was drinking.
Brad has Windows 11 in his bloodstream right now.
That's good. That's the next one. That means I'm next level. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that.
First edition.
Sorry, XP Blood Edition.
See, you don't even know what version of Windows you're using.
All right.
Okay, Rams with us.
Nice.
Oh boy. All right. Hey,
You know,
listen,
you
I don't want to. I don't
romancer.
want to. I don't want to divvy up the fan base here, but I will. I think if we have to have a poll just to set this straight, we can. All right, geez, I wish I had. Okay. You don't bother. Don't bother.
Listen, I'm just saying.
So for anyone that's just joined us tonight, we asking the community to help us with our next project. We're collecting ideas of what we want to do. Ideally, we want to reimagine a video game property. So I'm collecting everyone's thoughts in the chat. So give us your ideas so we can consider it.
You know what I didn't realize when we started talking about this? The last video game company that I was at, that's pretty much all I did for like 5 years. Just reimagine old video games.
Exactly. How about that?
I'm like, oh wait, now I get to do it and not get paid. Yay!
So tell us about the Spyro process, because I was excited when I heard that you worked on
I didn't. I worked on Crash.
Crash.
Yeah. Crash was great. Crash was still to this day probably my favorite professional experience.
Oh yeah,
it was great. It was great. Yeah, we just had the old designs, and there was a lot of debate because like the old designs, you were dealing with really low res polys, and basically some people wanted to interpret the new designs just like that. And there was all this debate, and there were only like 4 of us on the character team,
So
we just
4
got
of you
together
recreated all that?
for all characters for all 3 games. Yeah.
Oh wow,
So
man!
yeah, and it was fun, and we were doing at one point like a character in a couple of days. I mean, granted, they're not the most detailed things in the world, but a lot of them had fur. A lot of them had so. We were using Substance to do just basically straight up concepting a lot, and it was great. It was a really, really great.
So you had a concept artist that was kind of really
no, it was
skip that whole. Wow, you skipped that whole part of it.
Yeah.
Did you guys do drawings and boards like mood boards? You went right to the characters.
We went right to the characters, and we just did it by committee, where we all sat in a little cluster together. And we would pick designated times. I think it was like, say, Tuesday at 3 o'clock and Thursday at 3 o'clock or something. But we would just get together, and we would all look at what everybody was doing, and we would talk about it. And we had a dude who was our lead, and he would sort of look over once we all had agreement. Sort of pushed it up to him. He'd look over it, and we did that so all 3 games got done in like I think it was under a year.
Okay,
and it was just we were churning because it's dozens and dozens of characters, but it was really fun.
Yeah, to me that game's like it's more than just remastered. Like that, a lot of that stuff is just redone. So they had like some of the old level information, but the camera was like totally cheated in 2D before. But they had to make it feel like it was still the game. That the people at Vicarious Visions are they're really, really, really good about that sort of thing. Like, now they're in the news. I worked on the Diablo remaster that was announced from them, the Tony Hawk remaster, the Crash stuff. Yeah, they really, really seriously hardcore care about that kind of stuff. They really do. So shout out to everybody there. That was a good
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, how's your I know you're doing a cover for a magazine. How's that going?
Oh, really nice, really nice. So I saw the first run on just the cover. But man, they gave me a beautiful layout. It's a luxury magazine in Monaco for F1 racing, and they gave me I think 5 or 6 page interview and then the cover of the magazine as well. And man, oh man, it looks amazing. I couldn't ask for anything better.
When they get published, you need to share it with everyone.
Absolutely.
Congrats on that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, Ram has a question for us. Question regarding Spider-Man. Do you like the current idea or the comic one? I think he's asking about your the game.
So, I mean, I really enjoyed the first game, and I got the Miles Morales one, which, you know, is amazing. Also, I just haven't had time. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play games, so I have all these things that are sitting around waiting for me to get into them. Horizon Zero Dawn, definitely. The remaster, like not the remaster, but the Ultimate Edition is another one. But yeah, that first game was, I think I was just working on projects where I didn't spend a lot of time off the clock working, so I was able to play games all the time. And that was one where I was just trying to collect all the suits, and I love that, you know. But I love the comic too, man. So, you know, it's all good.
So, we're gonna talk about what's good, guys. That's where we're at right now.
All right.
So, Danny, what's good with you?
I will share one that some people may know about already that I use a lot.
Oh, and let me just update the audience on what's good. So, what's good is what we share with you guys and ladies on things that we, you know, either discovered or something new that we tried, and we just want to make sure we bring it to your attention. So that's what what's good is. So, Danny, what's good?
Yeah, sure. This wasn't like new to me per se, but it came up again in conversation, so I figured it'd be a good thing for what's good. But Anatomy 360, they've got a really cool little application that will show you a whole bunch of scan photogrammetry of people. But even if you don't buy that application or any of the packs that they have with it, they still have great reference in here. So I'm going to go to the heads to avoid NSFW content. But really, you can see like sort of the scan with none of the translucency of the skin or anything like that. So you just get like the raw sort of black and white. And you can really see with some of these the difference in terms of how much information you can see in one versus the other with no light traveling through the surface. So it's just a great resource for reference if you want to take a look at it. So yeah, just Anatomy 360. It may ask you to log in the first time you go there. It's worth, in my opinion, making a little account for it. So that's my what's good for today.
That's awesome. Bradley, what's your what's good?
I'm loading it up. If you could just show, I'm loading it up so I can show everyone what it is.
Okay, all right. I don't have a what's good this week. Don't give me the full screen.
So what's awesome? Oh, don't give you the full screen.
Don't give me the full screen. I don't have a what's good this screen.
Oh wait. I'll take yours then, Mike, while you load.
Okay.
So J. Cole's new album came out this week. If you're into hip hop, but even if you're not, go watch the 12-minute documentary. It is, if you're a creative person, it's definitely worth taking a look. I'll say that it's 12 minutes, and it's a really good little documentary.
All right, cool.
Nice.
I'm gonna do my best. The music may cut out on us because I'm showing my screen, but
How do you say?
let's do stop, share screen. So my what's good is a really cool program that Danny put me on, and it's called Solo SP Link. And what that does, did I say it right, Danny?
I think so.
Okay. Zolo SP Link is a really cool plugin that would send your textures and your models to Substance back and forward. And in this program, I just have to make sure the link is up and running. Go to Windows. Oh, it's right here. and it's magic, everyone. I just gotta tell you, it's magic. So I have Substance open in this program. I have to make sure that the ID that's in Maya is showing up here, and all this is correct. And this is correct. I'm working in UDIMS, and I'm going to send this file to Substance.
And now while it's doing that, tell them why this is so much easier than the old way you had to do this.
So in the old way, you got to export all your textures out, and then plug them in one by one. And oh, haha, make sure I do it right? That's there. That's that. UDIM. This. So usually in Substance Painter, you got to start a new project, and then start a new project. You got to then import your model, and then when you're exporting, you got to export every little thing out. Hopefully this is working. The horrible thing is it's not. This might be a user error.
While you're doing that, Brad, one thing that's cool about this program too is when you buy it, it works for a lot of different applications. And we're not sponsored by anything like this, so like don't ever think that we're like trying to sell you guys or something so we can get money. It's just a cool little like program, but it works for Blender, works for I think Max and Houdini and all these other applications. So it's just kind of cool.
That's so fun. I've been using this all day, and now it's not working.
Nice. Demo gremlins.
Nice.
It's a real thing.
It is a real thing. You done?
That was a beautiful shot, Mike, by the way.
What's that?
That was a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Throwing in a Star Wars jab there.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
It's not working.
Subtle.
Sorry, guys. It was working before this. I promise. I wasn't making it up.
No, it's cool. I've used it. It's a definite time saver. You know, if you're going to be going back and forth between Substance and other applications, it's a huge time saver. It'll build all of your material files for you and hook up all the texture links for you. And then after that, you just update when you're working in Substance. You just hit a button and then it just goes. And the updates are frequent, and there's a Discord for it where you can get direct feedback. However, don't go in that Discord just asking questions willy-nilly, because if it's in the documentation, they will 100% roast you. Yeah, so.
Haha. Thanks, Nation. Thanks. Nation said, push the program. I'm gonna get you the link right now.
I
don't know why it's that was good. That was dope.
That is wonderful.
That was definitely.
Hi, Mark. See you, sir. That's pretty good.
Get the link. I promise you, it works. I don't know why. Because I don't know if you try plugging in textures in Maya. It is definitely work.
I like it. Oh, speaking of which, while you're figuring that out, I can show you guys something that works for any program on Windows. But since I have Marmoset here, I'll show you in Marmoset. So in Substance, I'm spitting out a bunch of different textures for this thing. And one of the things that's a problem in Marmoset is Marmoset doesn't yet understand UDIMs. So because I'm using a UDIM workflow between Maya and Substance, but I actually chose to render here because it's fast, I have to pay the price and I have to do a little bit of work. So for each UDIM that you have to make a new material. So it sounds like a lot of work, and populating each one of the little slots, right? So right now I'm using normal, albedo, gloss, and reflectivity as a minimum. So the four major ones that you usually use. But you can see here I've got armor 1, armor 2, armor 3, armor 4, armor 5 because I've got 5 UDEMs for the armor. If I double click on armor 1, you see it's the chest plate. If I double click on armor 2, it's the shoulder pads and the gauntlets, etc. Right? So to populate each one of these, if I go here and I click there, it takes me to the folder with my textures. And if I go into costume here, you can see there's a lot of textures here. But if I only want to see the armor textures, for example, I can come up here, and I didn't know you could do wildcards in Windows. In Linux or Unix, this is easy to do, but I didn't know it would work here in Windows. But if I say, hey, show me armor star, it now shows me only the things that are armor. And this works for every program, not just for Marmoset, but it lets me see really quickly what I want to get, right? So, for example, if I wanted to look at all of the armor stuff for 1001 for that UDIM, right? Or 1015, let's say. I could say armor star 1015. And now it'll show me only the textures associated with that texture set, so it's easy to find them and drag that over. So I like this a lot. I just discovered this week by accident because I was tired and I typed it in like I would on Linux, and it actually worked. And I was like, wait, what? So yeah, that's a very cool thing.
You're about to laugh at me why it didn't work. COVID shot is real. You want to know why it didn't work?
What happened?
I didn't select anything to import.
Nice.
Listen, it's good when there's an easy thing to fix like that. I love that because it's like it means you could just like knock it out.
I'm gonna share my screen again. All right, COVID is real. All right, COVID is real.
COVID shots.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Both of them are real.
Yeah.
Both of them are real.
That's a fact.
Both of them are real. All right, so to fix my error before, so you actually have to select your model. You can also send over lights and things if you want, not lights, but cameras. So I'm not sending over any cameras. And so you see that there's no tricks involved in this. As you can see, my substance is empty. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna hit send. Now it's thinking. As you can see, it's processing at the bottom. Thinking. That was smart. I would have just hit one subtool. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces here. Sent over. Watch this. Substances. Loading. There's nothing behind the curtain.
Roll up your sleeves, please.
So, what I like to do when I watch my status bars just turn around, I click my heels together. There it is.
There it is.
Nice.
Sends it over.
It's all there.
All there. All the pieces are here. And if I just do something like that, just drop that on there, and then you just go to the tool and just hit up. Check what you want to update. So I get the top plate, doing that, and I'm going to send. Update. I'm gonna go here. And I believe I gotta render it for you guys to actually see it.
Hey, Brad, the music stopped, bro.
I know, because I'm sharing my screen. It stops when I'm sharing my screen.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I have to render for you to see that texture, but it works. I fixed my error.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Well played, sir.
Now Mike told me to get back on my job. All right. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
What do you have planned this weekend outside of watching Love, Hate, and Robots?
Love, Death, and Robots. I will be working on my anti-venom video to get it out on time.
And when is that coming out?
Did I say the 18th? I think I said the 18th. So, yeah.
Kaiju was the one that said he had issues getting it.
Kaiju,
if you're still in, you can send me a message on Instagram, ML Creative 3D. If you DM me, I will make sure I work with Mike to get you access to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, these guys are brutal.
Right.
Red shirt's got a red shirt. I'll tell you what, though. It's better than stormtroopers not being able to hit anything. Train a whole army that can't shoot. Say, what?
Can't shoot.
No spaces. I put it in the chat so you can see it. I'll make sure we fix that for you.
And what's up with Bill Burr in The Mandalorian?
What do you mean? I liked his performance. You didn't like it?
Are you serious?
You didn't like it?
I didn't want to see Bill Burr in space ever.
All right.
He was just Bill Burr.
Please don't hate. Please don't hate.
Come on, I wasn't even a stormtrooper. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, nah.
Bill Burr was fine.
Bill Burr is great. Stand up.
Yeah.
Out of space. I don't know.
Hey, listen. He's a heavy hitter in space and on Earth.
There you go. Hey, I got something I can share with the people real quick.
Darko said he loved the information we shared tonight.
Oh, sweet
stuff.
Nice. Do we have time between now and the next thing to show something real quick?
We're going into coffee talk, so we're good. You can share it.
All right, cool. So, cheers, everyone.
Coffee
Nice.
talk.
So, ooh, that was a good sip of coffee. So, in Substance, if you use Substance, you know that like most of the work that you do is predicated off of doing bakes or whatever. Something that a lot of people don't utilize is this use low poly mesh as high poly mesh to do a quick bake. I do this a lot of times, especially if I have a organized low res mesh that I haven't sculpted on yet, but it's got UVs and all that kind of stuff. I can bring it in here and do a quick bake and start doing material tests. And you can always re-export a high res later on, and then use that high res to now influence your bake in a different way, as long as you don't change the footprint of the model too much. But this is just like a good, like if you want to start experimenting and testing, whatever. So I'll show you like a way to nest masks that I find to be helpful when you're doing this sort of thing. So I'm just going to get a sort of a base metal. So let's get something like this steel. Oops, let's drag that onto this piece. So it'll just be on everything here like this. Now let's say you wanted to have something in my reference sheet. I think I have a couple of examples. Oh no, wait, I didn't put those in there yet. All right, don't worry about it. Say you wanted to have some ornate sort of inlay in here, right? That would take a little while to sculpt and figure out the design and all that kind of stuff. Something you can do instead is, let's choose a different metal. Let's choose like this bronze armor here. And I'm going to go ahead and add a black mask to it. And, obviously you can now just paint in where you want the bronze to show up. But I'm also going to add in sort of a height map, right? So like, let's say we do, something like this. It's sort of hard to see. If I hit C to go into just color mode, we can see that a little bit better because they're both reflective metal surfaces. But if I come in here and add a little height layer, then, you know, it becomes a little bit more apparent. And then if you want to really sort of tighten up that edge without having to spend forever or use whatever the equivalent of lazy mouse is in here, you know, to really sort of find the design, you can start to play with things like levels, right, to get this to be sort of sharper. So if I come in here, right click on the mask, add levels, and then sort of start to level it off, you can see we get a tighter sort of edge there, right? So you can get a lot of control with this. But one of the things that you can do, I'll show you two ways to do it. So right now, this mask is like this. If you hold Alt and click on the mask, you can see it. So it looks like that right now, right? And if I go ahead, I'm going to make a new folder, and I'll call this Override. All right, so now if I grab this and do that, so now it's living inside this mask. I'm going to copy this mask and then paste it in right here. And then now that same mask is here and here. So if I go to this one, if I go to the one that's inside of this one, so think about what this top mask is doing, because this part can get confusing to people. This top mask is basically, you know, showing where it's black it'll be invisible, where it's white it'll be visible. But now this guy has the same mask, and if I take that mask and I start to blur it, so I'm going to add a filter, and I'm going to blur it. Now, if you obviously need to have something that you see in the silhouette, right, you want to sculpt that for sure. But if you just want to sort of test out this thing, we can actually get the edges to be somewhat blurred there, and we can create the effect of like some kind of rounding like that because it lives inside of that mask. So this mask now looks like that, but it's cut off by that mask, which looks like that, right? So this is cut off by that. So you can get this rounded sort of shape. The problem here is if I keep painting on this mask, I want to sort of, you know, I want that to update up here as well. If I paint on this mask, I can get it to be really sharp, but I can't get that rounding anymore. So the way you would get around this is to use something called an anchor point. Anchor points are great. The rule that you have with the anchor point is it has to live below wherever you call it. So if you're familiar with like modeling in Maya, for example, this would just be an instance, right? It's like an instance of the texture. So right now I have this armor, this bronze armor here. If I right click and say add anchor point, it's going to let me call this whatever. And I'm going to call this Trek over Wars. There you go, like that. So now if I come over here and I do something similar, I have something completely different. And I say, hey, you know what? Let's make, this could be a folder. It could be anything. If I go and right click, add a black mask, and then right click and say add fill. In the fill here, right, where it says grayscale, I can click and I can choose any texture, or I can choose an anchor point. And the only anchor point I have right now, well, I have the other one that I made, but this Trek over Wars, I can click that. And now this guy always follows that guy. So if I go down here and I start painting, it's always gonna add to the other one. So the red will always update. So they'll always have the same mask. But what's cool is I can add effects to it on top of it. So if I right click here and say add filter blur, now I can add that blur on top of this mask and turn it on and off, and it's a totally non-destructive way to work. So if you're using Substance and you need to copy masks around, this is great. It's a great way to do stuff. And it makes you see the world in a different way. So like if you have like a car or something that's got like a rusty sort of exposure, right? You can paint that rust nice and really solid. And then if you want to break that up, you can paste that in somewhere else, and you can add another paint layer on top of that and then sort of dab that away, right? Almost like sponge it away. and now you're getting the removal of this really sharp thing. And if you adjust the sharp thing, it'll also still adjust there, right? So I don't know if that makes sense, but it's a really, there's tons of good videos on it on YouTube. It's a really nice way to work. So yeah, just figured out.
We got some great responses on
Nice.
Nice and wow.
Cool. Nice.
Oh, also, you know what's also happening this weekend that's utterly amazing?
What's that?
Kobe Bryant being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Mm.
So,
Who's doing his induction speech?
Michael Jordan.
Who's that?
Nice.
Who's Michael Jordan?
Who's that?
You mean that guy who's never lost the finals? That guy?
I mean,
NBA champ?
I didn't know he went into the finals by himself. Wow, that's amazing.
The guy from the Hanes commercials?
Forgot about those.
Bugs Bunny's friend?
Yeah.
Dude who has the mustache game on lock?
Okay, what do you
man,
what do you think
that was
about the
horrible.
Space Jam the Space Jam trailers?
Haven't seen the trailer yet. I'm bummed out because I did the poster art for it and they didn't use mine. It did like a pitch for the poster with a painting of LeBron and all the Looney Tunes guys, and they didn't use it. But I will watch the movie.
One of my former coworkers, Devin Crane, he just posted that he did a lot of the designs for the Monstars, I guess. So
Oh, cool.
shout out to Devin if you're out there.
Shout out. That movie took a long time to come out too. I think it's been developed for a long time.
Space Jam?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, had COVID right in the middle, right? And the shortened NBA season and all that stuff.
Yeah. I bet you one thing, LeBron's hairline is gonna be tight.
I mean, they're out there making rabbits talking dribble basketballs. I'm pretty sure they're going to
You're right, man.
It's gonna be tight.
CP hairline.
You think it's gonna be like Superman's mustache?
Ooh.
Like Steve
Ooh.
Harvey's hairline. Right before he finally just bit the bullet and cut it off.
You ever
see
I didn't know his
Godfrey's
hair was
Steve
fake though. I thought it was all
But-
real.
His hair was jet black, playa. They don't make hair that color.
Dude, I was so. How do you go from a perfect lining like that
Oh my gosh, yeah.
to no hair? I was like, what did this man do?
Hold on. Have you guys seen the phenomenon that is man weaves?
I did. I got stuck in a YouTube loop watching all that.
It is amazing. It's the
amazing.
most fascinating thing. They bring in this dude that looks like he's 100% mailman and turn him into 100% club promoter every time. Every time. It's
It's
insane.
amazing.
It's insane. It's crazy.
You guys watch the Detroiters?
No.
No.
There's a show on Detroiters. I mean, there's a show on Comedy Central that I love called The Detroiters. It's got Tim Robinson, I think is his name. Tim Robinson? No, is that the dude from Saturday Night Live? Not Tim Robinson. Something
Tim
Robinson.
Robbins?
Maybe Tim. Which one's the one from Saturday Night Live? It's the other one, whatever his name is. White dude, funniest guy I've seen. He does kind of sketch comedy stuff on Netflix. He has a show called The Stand-Ups, and so he's on this show with this guy. They're in Detroit, and they're car sales, like ad guys. And they have in his Netflix thing, he has a skit where he goes from gradually thinning hair to completely bald by having like 30 wigs that you get where you have progressively less and less hair and you wear them when you just so it looks like your hair is just thinning out. He's like, do you need to be bald right now? And they have a kit for that too, where a gorilla comes in, just snatches your wig off and runs away.
Jesus.
That's funny. Darko said they had to replace the cowl on Sam's Captain America in every shot because the costume sucked in real life.
What?
We have not been able to talk about Captain America yet. I don't know if it's safe yet.
I mean, we probably can do some stuff about it. How long has it been
I don't
now?
know. About 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Everybody's quiet, so that means no, we ain't gonna touch it yet. We're not gonna touch it yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
All right,
we're gonna do
okay.
that for you guys. We're gonna do that for you. You're gonna have one more week, all right? One more week. We gotta talk about Captain America. It's the worst
Tell
Marvel
you-
movie, the show ever.
You said the worst Marvel show ever?
I'm playing.
I was gonna say there's only been 2 of them.
We got
What?
you, Darko. We're not doing it.
But you said that Loki was supposed to have started already. Didn't you say it started like on
No, it
Wednesday or
starts in
something?
June, I believe.
June.
It starts in June.
Oh,
Starts on Wednesdays
dude.
in June.
That's crazy.
I'll be here in no time.
Let's see. What else?
All right, so I got a question for everybody in the chat and for you guys as well. What is your least favorite video game? And I don't mean like least favorite as in like I like to play it, but it's just really difficult, so I die a lot, and I hate it because of that. I mean like a game that you're like this sucks.
You pay your hard-earned money, and it was bad.
Yep.
Wow, I gotta think about it. Okay.
I was gonna say nothing's coming to mind for me. It like
Oh, I got one.
What is it?
Dead Space.
Really?
oh,
Yeah,
you didn't like
'cause-
Dead Space?
I like
Yeah, because I
Dead Space.
bought it, and I didn't think it was a scary game,
Oh,
so I couldn't play it.
That's right. You don't like scary stuff. That's
I don't
right.
like scary games. All right.
All right, that's not on Dead Space. I mean, there's
Yeah.
monsters. There's
Hey, I'm
monsters
just
on the
saying how I
box
feel.
art, dude.
Listen, Dead
No,
Space had
Dead-
a
Dead Space is
had-
scary, man.
It's
Dead
got
Space
dead
had
in
a
the name,
rev-
player.
I
What
thought
do
you
think
were
it
gonna plant
was?
flowers.
Yeah.
Dead Space like revolutionized like the HUD for a lot of games because they didn't
Yeah.
have like a bullet counter and stuff on the screen, right? It was just all on the
Yeah.
every
That thing on
gun.
the back of
I
his
thought that was
helmet.
so cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I like Dead
Dead Space
Space,
was
man.
mine.
Me
That
too.
was my regret purchase.
Really.
You are.
I'm trying to think. I don't know that I bought any games that I wasn't happy with. Like, really felt like I got,
Nation
taken.
said I'm fired twice. Thanks, Nation.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Biden has
right away. MJ and Speggy were like Superman Returns on Xbox and Superman 64.
So I am actually old enough to have talked his parents into buying me E.T. when that came out. And I'll let you know the struggle is real because as a child, I saw that movie and lost my mind. And then when the game came out, I was like, I have to have this. The game was $60. And this is back when games weren't $60. So, I mean,
$60 back then was insane.
$60 back then was insane. And it was all just a cash grab, dude. And I got that game. And I remember playing it with my cousin and being like, this can't be the game. This can't
That
be it.
hard ass Atari joystick.
Oh my gosh,
Just
dude.
pulling your shoulder out of the socket, trying to get that thing to move.
Going around and just eating M&Ms like it was crazy, man. Worst cash grab ever. That's the game that I got taken on.
Man. Wow. Bravo, sir. There's a whole documentary about that game.
I know, I saw it. There's a landfill full of it.
Yeah. They found it, right?
Yeah, they
Couldn't
did.
think of one, Danny.
Couldn't think of one. All right, here we go. It's low hanging fruit, but Cyberpunk.
Really?
It's pretty.
That's a low blow.
It's low hanging fruit. No. I don't mean that in like a. I haven't experienced it enough to really talk about the gameplay.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the artwork in it is top freaking notch. Like beautiful. I think I was a victim of the hype and then lack of like all of a sudden the people like just, oh man, this is not what we hoped it would be. And I was like, well, I don't really want to invest like 30 hours if the mob says that I shouldn't invest 30 hours. So
if my
So-
peers are telling me I shouldn't like this game.
So, Danny, game industry experience as a designer in the creative space. How much influence, does the business play play into par with because I think the biggest thing with Cyberpunk is that the higher ups, the business heads are the ones that kept driving to move forward on that. Like, what's been your experience when the business and the creative piece and challenging it's done when it's done? Like, not a lot of studios take the approach it's done when it's done, and evidently that was one of the challenges with Cyberpunk. Like, they just want to get the game out there. I don't know how the revenue side is or how the financial side is. Like, what goes into play when it gets to the point where you just got to push this out?
Everything is always a business first, right? Like, so
Yeah.
unless people are showing up and volunteering, like everything is a business first. So it's like if you have to I don't know, you have to justify so many people being there, and every one of those people, you're spending $1 for every one of those people. You got to get more than $1 back in return. And especially if you're a publicly traded company, you then are beholden to your shareholders, right? So it's like, that's you have to tell your shareholders, hey, this thing's coming out in November, and you guys are going to see a cash infusion, or you're going to see your stock price rise, by Christmas, right? And it's like, that's the hope. So like, you have that hard deadline. It's easy to blame like higher ups, and I'm not talking about any particular game, but it's easy to blame higher ups. But everybody knows when the game's coming out, right? So if you're getting pressure from the higher ups to keep features in that don't work, or like do things that are going to be bad, then that could be a bad situation, I guess. But I've thankfully only been at 2 game studios full time, and then like when you do freelance stuff in your satellite, I don't really get exposed to any of that. But the 2 studios I was at had really good people at the top that were really invested in the game, and I didn't have that problem, But I could imagine it being an issue. You see, I've been on movies like that though, for sure.
Okay.
Well, have you run into that? You always hear about these AAA studios that have a game that's coming out, and it's got all this hype behind it and everything. You have all these people that are putting in hundreds and hundreds of hours on it, and giving up their family time and all that stuff. And then the game comes out, and then immediately they just get laid off. Have you ever known anybody at a studio where that's happened, or been on I know you said it didn't happen with the games, but have you been at like a movie studio where that kind of thing's happened?
Oh yeah, my first when I was early on at Blue Sky, that happened, and it was heartbreaking. A bunch of people got let go, and it was like very sad. Sorry, I know it looks like I'm not doing anything, but I'm naming a bunch of stuff. Sorry, but yeah, it was very sad seeing that happen, and especially when you're geographically isolated.
Mm-hmm.
So a place like Blue Sky at the time was in Westchester County,
right.
And there's nothing else in Westchester County. You can go down to the city and do some game stuff. I mean, some commercial stuff, or you go out west, and that's it. So definitely people were changing their entire lives as a result of that. And then the movie went on to make a bunch of money anyway that they didn't think it would make. So it's up.
And then what you said earlier was really important. Like, as like people who as people were consuming like these video games, or ranking something like this is bad, or this happened, or this sucked. But what's important to remember is video games is a business too, and sometimes maybe releasing that game allow them to keep people working.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
100%.
Release a game or let go people, and everyone, I would feel, would want to make sure that people are working and engaged and keep creating content for everybody to consume. So it's a happy medium. We can't forget that there's a positive. Everyone says higher ups, but there's a positive business reason for releasing stuff too.
Oh yeah,
Even if
but
even if it doesn't turn out great.
yeah, every product, right, and every job to make any product or whatever, whether it's creative or not, it's because somebody else thought. Everybody has a job because someone else can make more than what they pay you by you doing that job. That's just the basic rule of how all this stuff works. So it's like you have to remember that. I've worked with people who are really, really good, and they test the limits of how good they are by being difficult, like super difficult to work with. And I can say honestly, no one's that good. No one. They can get other creative people to do whatever it is you think you're bringing to the table. No one is actually that good. So, yeah, it's a tough one.
That was some jewels you just dropped in.
Thank you, sir.
So, got about half hour remaining, everyone. Just know that, thank you for tuning in. We're asking for everyone to drop some information in the comments regarding on our next project. We would like to do a reimagining of a video game property. If you put your ideas in this chat, or if you look at this video later on Thursday, I'm going to grab all the feedback. We're going to meet as a team, and we're going to select something, and next week you're going to see a new project. But stay tuned on our Instagram page to be able to see the final rendered images, and we'll make sure we throw them up for you on the beginning of our first stream, so you can see that at the with everyone done on their work. So
yeah,
and just so everyone knows,
it's been great. This has been a great project.
This was really fun.
Yeah, it was. And just so everyone knows, we are in the process of nailing down our first guest. We, we'll have more information on that soon, probably sooner than you think. It's only just like logistics and getting someone for 3 weeks. So, we have already talked to, we've already talked to one person that has committed to coming on the show. So is it okay if I mention the name, you guys? Is that okay?
Ooh, I would hope. Well, I mean,
we can tease it. Why not? I mean, they said they're coming on, right? We don't have a date yet.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. So we talked to Matt Thorpe, Redbeard, who is super excited to come on our show. If you're not familiar with Matt's work, Brad is going to get a link to post up. Yep. He's amazing. He does stylized characters in a way that really got me excited when I saw his work. So he's also a ZBrush Live presenter when he has time, and we had a meeting with him the other day. So he's definitely down. We're working on some other people as well. So just to let you know, we have guests coming.
Yeah, and also if there's people that you guys, go, ooh, this would be really good. Maybe it's somebody we're not even thinking about, right? So
yeah,
feel free to reach out and say, hey, it'd be cool if you guys got together with so and so. Hey, Darko, I agree. Sorry.
Yeah, Darko said he thinks Cyberpunk was a victim of hype and past reputation. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
And this is Matt. This is ArtStation Redbeard.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Tunic and Green Day skirt, or just the shorty shorts. What's the call?
I like shorty shorts personally.
I feel like
I like
it's
the
more
tunic.
I mean, so maybe what I'll do is I'll have a version with and one without. I think maybe because I like it.
What do you guys think in the comments? Shorty shorts or tunic?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Lion-O's known for the booty shorts in the original cartoon.
You can't go so wrong with a sarong.
Nice. I still can't figure out why I can't take this out as FBX, you guys. I've tried everything. It just doesn't work. So that's weird to me.
You try restarting everything too?
I did.
So we got the skirt, we got tunic.
Mm-hmm.
Now you guys making me feel weird that I like the underoos.
We got both would be rocking.
The heart wants what it wants, Danny.
I mean, don't kink shame. It's all good.
We got a shorty shorts.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the classic version. I like the classic version.
It looks very royal there.
It does, right?
He's a prince.
Danny said it. Danny said it probably the best way that I've ever heard. Earlier, he was like,
"We got shorts."
He looks like a man and a lion combined, which is scary as hell.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anytime you've ever seen a video of a lion and a human in close proximity, unless it's one of those ones where, like, it's like so and so raised this lion and now they've come back to the farm and it's like the lion's hugging him and stuff. Yeah, but like outside of that, pretty much everyone I've ever seen has been horrifying.
Exactly.
Mike, I think Danny's comping in Photoshop right now. That means he might have some renders.
I know. I can't even get it out of here, dude.
No, I got a render cooking. This is like after stream stuff. I'm just trying to jazz up that background a little bit.
I can't even get mine out of here. I'm kind of glad that I'm not trying to do this in a ZBrush Live, because there I gotta be.
Ooh, I have a thought. Have you tried sending it to Keyshot?
I could totally send it to Keyshot and it would definitely work. The only problem with that is once it starts rendering, I would tear down the internet. That just happens. So
you want to get something cool to just show on camera?
I'm gonna try to get it over again. I just want to do like the shorts.
What you have right now is fucking cool. What are you talking
it looks
about?
really dope.
It looks great.
It looks great. Looks really dope.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks, guys. Now, I wanted to have a little kitty shorts and skirt version here.
Nice. He's no, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not even going to do that. Oh man. Save that joke for after.
How are you feeling, Brad? Are you you tired, man? Because
no, my shoulder just is hurting. Like, it feels like it's moving up to my neck.
Uh-oh.
Where'd you go to get the shot?
It's a Publix. It's like a grocery store, kind of like a Walmart, like a Walmart market or something like that.
You should have got a bucket of Man Up while you were there.
Should have got a.
They were all out. They were all out. I looked.
Industrial strength.
Dude, you should have got.
I went right to the Man Up aisle, and it was done.
Or maybe get a bucket of gas.
Oof, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, gas prices are crazy right now.
You go fill up some balloons with gas, put them in your trunk.
I'm sure this is like streaming suicide. But how much is gas where you guys are, roughly?
Oh,
$2.93.
Yeah,
it's about the same here.
Yeah, same.
Regular.
All right, this is gonna be the hype shot since I can't get into freaking tool bag tonight. I'm bummed.
Yeah, Mike, that'll look good on somebody's desk.
He's like, by somebody, I mean me.
Just hit somebody.
Should this be? Maybe this will be the first. This will be the maiden voyage of the Anycubic. What do you think?
Nice.
Wow, that'd be cool. Who knows? Maybe if we get to like our 500 subscriber goal, maybe you can make a video of keying it.
Oh yeah.
I would like that very much.
Okay. That's easy. I can do that.
So it stays on the shelf until we get to 500 subs.
I can procrastinate. That's not a problem at all.
This render she is taking too long. Huh?
Oh, and you're gonna try to finish watching Castlevania, right?
I gotta watch Castlevania. Gotta watch Love, Death, and Robots. I want to watch.
The chat says Counterpart on Amazon. I don't know if that's a movie or a TV show.
Oh, I haven't watched. I don't know what that is, but I need to watch that Michael B. Jordan joint on Amazon. I haven't watched that yet. And I want to watch the Angelina Jolie Fire movie on HBO Max. There's a whole lot of stuff I'll be watching as I'm editing video.
MJ, send me that on Instagram because I can't copy and paste that link from here. Oh, you know, I realized, Mike, does Lionel have like the Thundercats logo in his belt?
He does. I just didn't.
Oh, the
I didn't.
Dope.
I didn't map that in. Thanks. That's just the gel mat cap.
Oh, that's a good thing to know. Duster said that before you print on the Anycubic, there's a new firmware update. And it's magnificent.
Oh, really?
That's good to know.
What slicer?
Have you tried connecting yours to Wi-Fi? Like, how are you updating through the USB way? And oh yeah, what slicer are you using?
Yeah.
MJ says, doesn't Lionel glove have some kind of gem on it?
It does. I'm getting ready to draw those in now. Like all this stuff is all things I need to add still. I think there's like 3. It's almost like an Infinity Gauntlet kind of thing. Now, one thing I realized, I was talking to Danny about this. Danny, I was talking to you about this, right? The Gauntlet. Was that you and me, or was that me and Bradley?
We mentioned some stuff before the show, but I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
I think that's it. Okay, so one thing that I've come to realize about this design is that it's totally broken. So the sword goes into the top of his gauntlet, right? Like so. If this is my, let's get it over here. So if this is my arm and this is the sword right here, the sword fits into the top of the gauntlet, right? Like that. And it makes no sense for how he pulls this thing out. In the cartoon, it's fluid. Like he pulls it out of the gauntlet, he spins it around, does the thunder, 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 boom, he's like Lion-O now, right? But to pull this out, you have to either grab it upside down and pull it out and then turn it around with one hand, or you have to twist your arm around and pull it out. And so I know it's a cartoon and I know I'm doing too much of a deep dive into this, but the reason I say all that is I wanted to pose his upper body so he's got his arm kind of crossed over his chest. Golly, I can't even find the camera. He's got his arm crossed over his chest and then he's pulling out the sword with the other arm. Could be kind of dope, right? With the leg up on the rock. but it looks ridiculous when I'm trying to pull this out. Like my hand has to go backwards, my elbow's prone. It's like silly. So anyway, that's my rant on Thundercats, just so you know. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so he looks like he's using the slicer that program that Anycubic used, which is the Phantom Workshop.
All right, I'm gonna use that until I get the
And the one I'm using is Lychee,
Lychee box.
which you can buy for a year, get a year upgrade. I think it's like $19 too, so it's not bad.
A month?
$19 for the year.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. I take back my rant from last week. I have a rant every week, you guys. That's my new thing. I'm gonna rant about something every week.
You got to rant and then take the rant.
Yeah, it wasn't the sword more dagger size and it grows. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, it fits. It's supposed to fit like right here, right? Like this is the way it's supposed to go, which looks cool. But unless you're twisting your arm around to pull it out, it makes no sense at all.
This is where you can take liberty and redesign the sheath part, right?
You know what I would do?
If you put a little pocket right under here, right, like on the underside of the arm, yeah.
So he's pulling it out like this. Is that
so
what
like? No, I'm saying if it was like a little thing where he could put it right there, and it just stayed there, and then all he's got to do is like lift his arm up and like pull out the little dagger, and then it starts to grow.
That could be. You know what? That could work, Danny. So the sword would be back here on this part, right?
Hold on.
And then he kind of bends his elbow and he pulls it out.
Yeah. So it'd be like
that. That could be the okay. See, this is the thing. This is the reason why I like. It's the reason, yeah, exactly. This is why I like the Stylus League. We always workshop our ideas out here.
But then it'll be hidden in the design. Like you wouldn't be able to see the sword well.
Well, you can't see anything but the end of the sword anyway. You can still see the end of the sword. It's just the hilt
underneath it.
It's the hilt that's poking out.
You want to just look cool like Star Wars, or you want to be cool like Star Trek?
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right.
I think in the cartoon you just wanted to look cool.
I changed my mind. Now I'm not going to do that idea. It's a dumb idea now.
That's funny. See what Danny's doing. I think Danny's almost touched every program in his box tonight.
No.
You did Maya, Substance, Photoshop.
I haven't done Maya on the stream, I don't think.
Before the stream. I think you opened up Maya.
Nope. Before the stream.
Nope. Okay.
I think.
Oh, this is a real good question. Darko says, Danny, did you figure out your new pose yet?
Yes. So here is the pose. I'll explain what these boxes are supposed to represent. I haven't had much time this week to carve this out, but before we start next week, this will all be done. But what I like about sort of these things is trying to do a little bit of storytelling in these, because that's something I'm trying to get better at. So the thing I liked about Skeletor holding He-Man's head was that it was.
They don't know the story yet. They don't know the.
So basically, I wanted to do Skeletor holding He-Man's head. Mike sort of showed me like where another artist we know, Mihai, what's up if you're listening, had done something similar in the past. So I was like, damn it, now I don't want to do that. So I sort of went back and said, hey, what do I like about that idea? And it's Skeletor's moment of victory, right? So he's got his normal big like ram skull sort of staff, right? So that's what this is meant to represent, this big cylinder and stick. And then these are going to be the helmets and costumes of some characters from the He-Man universe. So this is going to be Orko's hat flattened out. This is going to be Man-at-Arms' helmet here. And this is going to be Battle Cat's entire sort of big purple headgear. But this right here is He-Man's sword, right? So he doesn't need a thing from He-Man because it's plunging through Battle Cat's sort of head. So the storytelling point will be this is his moment of victory. And I had before this little stick here meant to represent the sword in his hand, and I was going to have it dragging in the dirt a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I think this is more clear from like a single angle. And I'm just now trying to get it to work from all these different angles. So, you know, if the hips are one way, shoulders going the other way, and this arm's bent, this arm's straight, this leg's bent, this leg's straight. So I'm still sort of working out the particulars of it, but this is what I think the final is probably going to be. So now everybody flood the chat with someone who's done the exact same idea better.
Yeah. And did you use IKs to put it in that position?
I did. I recorded the process too. I just need to process the videos. But yeah, I did. Actually, awesome. I've got my Camtasia with it right here, I think. Let's see. It's over here off to the side. Now I've touched every program. So yeah, I used that, and then I'm just cleaning up. So this was like sort of binding the whole thing. And then for the hard parts, so the body is obviously soft, but the skull is hard. The armor is a lot of hard pieces, right? So that stuff just gets parented to those joints. So as the joints rotate around, the other things go along for the ride. So yeah, the whole block out was done in Maya like that. And now I'm dropping it back up just to do cleanup in ZBrush.
So the armor pieces, like, so once you put the body in, it's supposed the armor pieces just like magnetized or jetted to where the arm was positioned. That in the video, I don't see that the armor's moving with the body.
So what I did first was I'll go through this slower. So like what I did first was set up all the joints, right? So that's this part. And then after I set up all the joints, what I did was I skinned it. And sorry, that was me doing a test render that popped up. I skinned it, and then now I just start doing skinning tests. And then the first thing I did was I took all of the joints, because all the joints have a default rotation of 0, right? So I started to rotate around the joints and keyframe them on a pose. So I'm going to like frame 2 or something like that, and just keyframing them all in a pose, and not really worry too much about the deformation. And then after I get that pose, I go back to frame 1 and then reset all the rotations back to 0. And then now I just start parenting all the armor pieces at 0. And then when I go back to the pose, the armor pieces go along for the ride because they're just parented, but they don't deform or anything like that. So they stay rigid.
That's cool.
Yeah. Nice. And then try to find a rhythm for the cape too, to try to get it. I'm trying to get a thing where you want to rotate your eye around. I'll show you another. I know it's not what's good, but something
it's your show. You can put whatever you want.
Oh boy, watch this website. There's I can't remember if we've talked about this dude before. I apologize.
While you look that up, Darko says, nice. I think the hand on the straight hand might look more powerful if it's maybe a fist or some stronger pose. 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Right now it's just too straight. Yeah. Before it was dragging that sword, and I need to fix that. In my reference here, I was looking at this dude from that Anatomy 360 site, and that's what made me think, oh wow, it'd be cool if he was dragging the sword.
That is
yeah, but I actually don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. But yeah, since he's not dragging that, yeah, for sure, doing something like even like how this hand is with that would be more powerful. So yeah, good point, Darko. We
got a question from the past.
Go.
What's with the Hulk print?
Oh, I can show you that. Keep it off my screen for a second. Hold on. Let me go get it.
It's off.
Let me go
So
get it.
real quick, this dude, Jose Ishmael Fernandez, he's a. If you know his work from movies and stuff, and from the costumes and stuff he designs, I can't remember the name of his costume studio. I think it's like Ironhead or something like that. But what I love about this dude's work is how much movement he gets through the body, and everything makes you want to turn around. So it's like when you look, the plane across her buttocks here, and then the plane across the ribs, plane across the back. She's like completely doing a twist.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love this dude's work, and all of his work sort of has that. Like same thing here. If you think about it, just planes. Like the planes are always turning, and it always makes your eye want to go around the work. So I can't do that yet as well as I want to, and it's something I'm trying to work out with his cape and like the balance of the rest of him. So whatever we do for the arm, Darko, yeah, for sure, it's got to promote that.
All right, so for the Hulk right now, I managed to get the, so I got half of the legs kind of covered here, and they're nice and thick. If you look at it, this is the, this is like what we have going on. So I just need to pour the other side for these, and then I can pull this out, and I'm good for the Hulk legs. And you see how big this thing is? The upper body is a whole other thing. So when I did that, I poured the bottom as a solid piece of silicone, and this thing is like 40 pounds.
Oh wow!
Right? That's not the. This is not the way to. This is not the way to do this, because it costs probably like $200 just to pour that bottom. On the top, I got smart, and I've poured it like this, and I'll put a like a hard, almost like a cast type of a material on top of it to make it cover. But if I was to peel this off, like so, all these X's mean that it's too thin. I have to put another layer of silicone on top because I don't want this to tear. But if you turn it over, this is what we got on the inside.
So what indicators show you that it's too thin? Is it like light? You see light bleeding through it or something?
No, I took my fingers, and as I peeled it off of the, as I peeled it off of his back, this is so heavy, man. It's crazy. I don't know how I'm going to get the resin in here evenly. I'll probably pour into half and then pour into the other half, and then I'll put the pieces together and then kind of fill the inside. But I could feel when I'm touching this with my fingers, it just feels a little too thin. The last thing I want is for this to tear, because this is probably, I mean, I'm not kidding when I say this is probably like a good $250 for the silicone just for this piece. Right? It's huge, but that's that.
Okay.
So Hulk is coming. Hulk is coming.
Can I just say, Mike?
He said, could
yeah.
you put some burlap on it?
Burlap?
Yeah.
What is that?
So,
what is burlap?
Burlap, like a sack, like a burlap bag.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm gonna use, I have the same. It's like the plaster cast material, but it comes in the wraps, and you just dip them in water. It has the glue on there already, and or whatever that material is that hardens, and then you just put it on. You put it on top of here. It lays down. When it dries and you pull it off, it's a hard shell, like a hard form. So I'll do that, and then I'll pour the back of the legs, and then I'll do the same thing all over again. And, be done with it. Anyway, I don't think I'll ever go through this process again. It's not. I'm not built for this kind of thing.
I was gonna say, I remember when you were first learning a lot about this kind of stuff, Mike.
Yeah.
And man, like I'll say this, in a moment of clear sincerity for both of you, Brad, seeing what you are how fast you're progressing, and then Mike, seeing how far you went with that stuff, you guys inspire me, man. Seriously.
Oh, thanks, brother.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you, man. I just I thought that I would be able to do it and turn it around really quickly and again make money.
Nice.
And it's not that way.
Mike McDuck.
Yeah, it's not that way. All right, he's looking to Akuma when I put on the beads, but I thought I'd try it.
Nice.
All right, Brad. So listen, just to do a little more pitching, if you want to get in on my anti-venom, I have probably 3 more days, knock on wood, until it comes out, and you can get in on that. I don't have that $25 price available anymore, but I do have. I'm going to post everyone's name who supported me early before it came out on my social media. I'll probably end up throwing that up on the end of next week's show, and then you also get a digital print of anti-venom. And Brad, if you wouldn't mind, can you throw up the link to that?
It's already there, sir.
Awesome. Yep. So that's that. Over. It's looking like about 15, at least 10 hours worth of content, and all narrated from beginning to the end. So it's funny. Unlike you, Danny, I got. Listen. Let's take this last 4 minutes to talk about what we've learned from this process. That's a good exercise, right? And and I'll kick it off just because I got some things to say. I think overall we did a pretty good job. In just under a month, we were able to get a whole character pretty far fleshed out, right? And for somebody like me, I would have probably spent way longer just stressing over a bunch of little stuff and made this into a year project. So there's that. That being said, it's an awful lot to get something completely done.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any, grandiose ideas about being able to have it cut and keyed and on the printer by show 4, but it's a lot. So Danny, what do you think about the process?
I think it was good for sure. I think I didn't anticipate some things that popped up in life that made this go slower for me.
Sure.
But I do anticipate that whatever we start here, even if we don't finish it in the time frame that we set, I want to finish it, right? So I want it to be a finished piece. They might not all go in my portfolio, that kind of thing. So that said, I think for the next one, I'm going to spend more time in the planning stage to get a solid idea. And dang it, if anybody else did it already, I'm going to do my version of it. So that's cool. That's what I learned.
But it will end up on the Stylus Instagram page where you can see all our art and like it and follow it.
Yep. Absolutely. If you're not already, give us a follow on all of our social media. Instagram, YouTube. We don't have a Facebook yet. We don't have a Discord yet, but we're working on both of those. And I think, Brad, we're getting ready to come up on a nice little landmark that'll allow us to be officially Stylus League soon on YouTube, right?
Yeah. We're already official on Stylus League. We're just gonna make it a little easy for you guys to follow it, to find us. But so you guys know, our goal is that we have to get to 100 subscribers. But our channel has to be active for 30 days. So YouTube want to make sure that they can find us and find our homes for at least 30 days. So we made our subscriber count, and a few more days we'll have our own custom URL. So we don't have to put A, B, C, D, E, F, G when we link it.
Yes, sir. That's going to be nice.
But I think we learned a lot. I'm sure everyone learned a lot as well, and can't wait for the next idea and the next project. So please leave a comment on our page on what you think we should do. We're reimagining a video game property. We just need the idea of what the property is.
Yeah. And we'll kick off next week, sort of starting. We'll probably show what we did to finish these off, and then kick off starting to work on that project.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. So pencils down and say your good nights, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Yeah.
Good night, and look forward to seeing the finished pieces on our Instagram.
Yeah, real quick before we go, I just want to give like condolences, shout out to my wife's cousin. His name is Victor Perez. He passed away this week. So that's some of the life stuff that I was talking about that went a little haywire. And he was a very young man who passed. And for everybody, if you have people you care about, make sure you tell them. So both of you guys, I love you and appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
No,
Same,
thanks.
brother.
And prayers to your family, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All
Cool.
right. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
next week.
All right. Take care.